Hello and welcome back to DSTV. I'm Jack Morgan, and this is our coverage of Duquesne men's basketball versus Richmond. It's a big game for Duquesne tonight. They're 4-5 in conference. They're looking to fix that with a win against the Richmond Spiders. I'm going to be joined by Nick Fernbaugh in just a second, so I'll get this underway. What camera am I looking at? Am I looking at this camera? Looking at some camera. The red one?
Right there, yep.
Yeah, I am.
How we doing, folks? Second time back, second time out. Hopefully our record's better than 0-2.
It would be nice. I think you got to change the
oh, you're right. I forgot to pull up the live stream. Sorry, folks.
Ah! No! Pain. Getting down the starting lineups, by the way. Just found them. So they're doing their little introduction on the national broadcast. They're not national, the broadcast, ESPN Plus broadcast.
I fixed it.
You fixed it. Great job.
So, I feel like the story's just it's been a really rough go of things.
Are we going to discuss how Nick hasn't seen a win?
So, folks, for a fun fact, I've watched, I've watched 2 games on TV, and
Yeah.
I've been at 4, or no,
5.
5?
You were.
Well, I guess counting this one.
You weren't there last weekend, so if your count was at 4.
No, I guess I'm 0-7 right now. Jesus.
Good Lord.
So, for reference, I have been to the Lipscomb loss, the St. Peter's loss, oh my God, my brain is failing me right now. The Maine
Milwaukee.
loss.
Were you at Milwaukee?
No, I was not at Milwaukee.
Thank God. That was a brutal one.
No, I lost that one, though, unfortunately.
So that, that,
so-
that is on your record.
So the ones I've been to the Lipscomb loss, I've been to the Maine loss, I've been to the St. Peter's loss, and I've been to the Dayton loss. And then I've watched them lose to Fordham, St. Joe's, and Milwaukee. I've had no luck watching a win this season,
Yeah.
which is unreal to say.
It's really unreal, honestly.
So, I mean, like I said, the story's been they've been really struggling in conference play. They had the brutal loss to Fordham after they canned their coach. Or not canned, but he got suspended for recruiting violations.
Yes.
They had the really just, I wouldn't say tough luck, because they really did get outplayed in the second half.
The St. Joe's loss?
In the St. Joe's
Yes,
loss.
Yeah.
And then the Dayton loss in which they got outplayed start to finish.
The problem was they just could not stop fouling. The fouls were, I think, a bigger issue than anything else. They allowed 35 free throws.
You can't allow that. You just can't.
That was my takeaway from the game. And also, a takeaway from last weekend's game was the foul trouble that Dixon and
I know Crawford got in foul trouble, and Nietzsche got in foul trouble. Wilborn got in foul trouble.
Wilborn fouled out.
Yep.
With like 5 minutes left in the game or so. Or no, like there was a lot. Put it in my article. I'll check back on that in a second.
For A10?
Yes. I'll not be writing tonight, but on Saturday I will be writing. Be on the lookout for that.
For the Loyola game?
Yeah. I do it for all like home games. I just don't always do it for road games now, especially because we're doing the live stream, so it's like a lot for me to do.
Yeah. So at this point,
as long as I'm doing some sort of media for every game, that's all that matters. Except for the Fordham game, and that was the one they lost. So.
yeah, I mean, foul trouble is pretty much gonna be the name of the game. With that and turnovers.
For sure.
They had way too many in the second half. That was a big reason they lost as well.
I also think they need to make sure they control the boards. I felt like they didn't do that in the last game that we called.
They were
St.
doing
Joe's
it in the
game.
first
I just
half. That was a
didn't
bit that was so
really
frustrating.
think
They
it was
really were doing it in the first half. And then I forget who the big man for
That was a weird. That was a sassy wave, Caitlin.
But They were doing it until, and I forget who the center was for St. Joe's, but he started making adjustments. I think it was number 13 for St. Joe's.
13 Fleming.
Fleming, yeah. Fleming started making a lot of adjustments, and it really started getting to Duquesne in the second half. They just started making a lot more mistakes. They were putting up bad shots, and they just weren't getting the rebound production that you would have liked to see after how they played in the first half.
Yeah. So the starters for Duquesne, it's actually the same as last game. So they have Trey Dinkins, Cam Crawford, Jakub Netchis. Nothing changes in that three. However, Matusz Sharansky is starting at the 4, and Eli Wilborn is rounding things out at the 5. So the difference last game was also that Wilborn was starting instead of Dixon or Chavi. Chavi is still out as far as my knowledge stretches here. I don't see him dressed at the current moment.
No, it doesn't look like it.
All,
no,
so.
no, it's he's right there, right in front of. I want to say it's Drew. No, not Drew. Maybe one of the assistant coaches. You see him?
Oh, I see.
He's right next to what looks
he's next
like.
to Seamus.
Yeah.
I believe that's Seamus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Seamus. No one else that could be.
And so.
There's Lucas over there.
I like the. Here's what I'm going to say. This. Here's the way I look at it. I think Dinkins and Crawford are the best two guards they have at this point. They really are.
Agreed.
I like that they're starting Wilborn more. I really just don't see, and I love Jakub to death. I think he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I just cannot, in good faith, see him starting. He's been a liability as a starter. He's not putting up the offense to be productive. He's not getting rebounds. He's getting into a lot of foul trouble. He's making a lot of careless mistakes you haven't seen since, like, the very start of his time here at Duquesne.
I think Netchis also is. They played these top three, Dinkins, Crawford, Netchis, played a lot of minutes over the season. There has not been much rest for them. They're starting to, obviously towards the end of seasons, you see these guys start to tire. You hope that doesn't haunt or hurt Duquesne. They're
going to get a foul.
Some stuff.
That's a good start right off the gate. Wilborn using his size, and finally they're picking up some offensive rebound. He picks up an offensive rebound and draws a foul as well. That's a really good start for Duquesne to open up the game.
Apparently their first meeting was in 1937. Wilborn will go to the line. He's from Middletown, Connecticut. His first free throw is good. By the way, Richmond has a player on their team named George Washington III.
Are you serious? That's
I'm
funny.
so serious. And I'm going to say it once tonight. Any relation to the George Washington? Is it in the bloodline? That's a foul on Richmond.
It's on Nietzsche's because he jumped over the back of whoever was down at the.
I think it was too much over the back.
Down the key.
He was grabbing his arm, but
it was his left arm. It draped over his shoulder.
Yeah, it was tough. Regardless, Wilborn splits. It's 1-0.
You rarely see a 1-0 start for basketball.
You don't see it often, that's for sure. Here's White with it. He gave it down low for Walls. Back for Tyne. Tyne has it. Now it's 3 from Roach, and it won't count. It will be an offensive foul. Duquesne gets the ball. Nice first possession stop for Drew Joyce's guys.
For his first season, I feel like he's done okay for standards. And given how much this team has had trouble gelling, especially at the start of the year. But
for the start of the year woes, they have been pretty solid since then.
The problem's just been a lot of, and I think this has been the bit that's really frustrating. They've had a lot of the same mistakes with very little adjustment at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And something's got to start giving if they want to turn this year around.
Fading away, no good. And
I think it's gonna be a Duquesne foul. Yeah.
Wilborn bulldozing over a couple of Richmond Spiders down low. Specifically one with a mask on.
Roche?
And Jason Roach.
Roach,
I'm pretty sure. I'll double check that at the break, but. Well, it was an interesting, I don't know, I'm a Sixers fan, so the mask kind of gives me PTSD to all the playoff losses. However, it's something.
Shout out to Embiid.
Yeah, for real. At the top with it. It's Tyne. Tyne to the left, puts it inside, and that is Walls, who finishes.
No, you draw a foul.
Drew a foul. I didn't put it up. My apologies. I gotta get these right. I'm better off looking at my computer for these. To be completely honest with you. So it's Chris Mooney on the sidelines for Richmond, and he's been around for a while. It's his 20th season with.
Been there since
Richmond.
'94.
Yeah. He graduated from Princeton, man. That's insane. Mike Walls is a PA native. He makes the first free throw. Second free throw from Walls is good. Perfect on both. So here's Dinkins now with it for Duquesne, bringing it up the court. Gives Oronsky on the right wing, up top for Netchus.
You're looking to see the good ball movement still. As
That's a foul on Richmond. They're going to call that on Dusan Neskovich. Oh, to Dusan Mahorchich there. If you know, you know. Here's Dinkins on the wing down low in the right post to Oronsky. Top of the key, Crawford. Swing to Dinkins. Now right corner, Oronsky for three. No good. Rebounded by Wilborn. Nice rebound by him. He's got his second offensive rebound so far. Wilborn at the top of the key.
that's what I like to see with Wilborn.
Agreed. And Dinkins loses it. No jump ball. Wow, Dinkins came close to drawing that call. He doesn't, though. Now here's Tyne. Tyne down low. Working with it, Walls. Up back for Tyne. Little Hezzy. Gives up to the top of the key.
He's going to draw a foul.
Foul drawn by Neskovich as he drove in from the right side. He'll get 2 free throws, presumably, unless that's on the floor. Looks like they're going to call it on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's
Got it right
the
before the
call.
shot there. He threw it up after the foul.
That's close, though.
It was close.
NBA, that's probably a continuation and a shooting foul. So, oh, they did call a shooting foul.
Oh, they
It
did?
sounded about right. I thought that was pretty. That felt like the right call.
It seemed like he chucked up the ball after he got fouled.
Yeah, I guess sometimes they'll allow a little bit of continuation, not a ton, like you'd see in the NBA. But
Got our first substitution.
it's Colin Tanner coming into the game for Mikkel Tyne. Neskovich is pretty good from the line as far as they come. He's 91 for 106. That's probably better than any Duquesne Duke at the line. this year,
Yes.
to be completely honest.
Without question.
The only one who would come close is Dinkins, but even he's had his fair share of misses.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone on Duquesne who shot over 100 free throws. They don't get many per game.
No.
Maybe that's part of
It's
the
just
issue.
made some of the problems. They aren't drawing enough pressure.
But when they go, they don't really make many. That was a problem against UMass as Wilbur
They're not being
misses.
physical enough down low. They're like almost leaning back when they go for a lot of shots in the paint.
As here is Walls. Gives over for Tanner. Tanner driving in on the left side. Too easy, right past Jakob Netchus for the buckets.
And those are the moments you really need Jakob to step up. If his offense isn't going to be producing, you need that defensive side of the ball to be solid, and that just was way too easy.
Here's Crawford on the left wing. Top of the key. Dinkins a long three. No good. Netchus with a hustle and the rebound. Another offensive board for the Dukes. Going to take advantage. Crawford, left wing for three. No good. Rebound Netchus. He lays it in off the bounce. And the Dukes have their first field goal of the game at 6-3.
Was that the first field? Oh, wait, no, I was about to say that was the first field goal of the entire game, but no, they had the one.
They had one of the free throw, but the first made field goal of the game for them. So now here is White. White on the left side. He averages a little over 4 a game. Walls for 3. That hits off the top of the backboard and out of bounds. It's Duquesne ball.
Mm-hmm.
Something to point out here. The top scorer for the Richmond Spiders is Neskovich. He averages 13.8 a game. And the second highest scorer is Jonathan Beagle. He's a freshman. He comes in off the bench, presumably. he averages 8 a game. So there's a pretty big gap between the top scorer. And it's like the Dukes. As here's Ronsky for 3. No good. Corbett comes into the game as well as Dixon. So getting a rest early will be
Wilborn and
Netchus
Netchus.
and Wilborn, correct. So pretty well-rounded scoring in terms of averages for the Richmond Spiders. That was Beagle, who I mentioned had 8 points. He turns it over. Here's Ronsky. Fakes, gives it Corbett. On the left wing, it's Dinkins. Dinkins driving to Dixon inside. He goes straight up in the paint. It's no good. He should have had it. Instead, he misses it. So, rough scoring start for both teams so far. 6-3. The next stoppage will give us our first timeout of the game. Here's White. Flipped it all the way over to the other side's Tanner. Now gives inside for a floater from Beagle. He's got it. So Jonathan Beagle with his first points of the game. 8-3 at Richmond. Here's Crawford on the right side. Gives it to the top of the key for Dinkins. Dinkins moves to the left wing. Gives it Dixon, who at the top of the A10 logo gave to Crawford. Dinkins at the top of the key. Switched over to the left wing. Fadeaway 3, or step side 3, rather. He's got it.
That's just beautiful. That's money. And he's easily been the best
rhythm.
3-point shooter of the entire for Duquesne, and it's not even close.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think about the game where he put up 27 he put 27 up on St. Joe's. So if there's anyone who's going to need a good offensive night, it's him.
Dinkins goes for another 3. No good. Hard off the back iron. It's rebounded by the Spiders, who will bring it up. Looking for some points again on this possession. Beagle has it. Spencer's right now to the left, just below the A10 logo. Puts it up and in the paint. Nice moves from Jonathan Beagle.
I feel like this is, like I said, I think it's just going to come down to who shoots better down low. Like, who shoots better in that box. And, I mean, these have been two of some of the worst offenses in the A10 this season. So, you need to see the shooting, especially down low, efficient from Duquesne if they want to walk away with this.
Indeed. Here's Beagle. Over now. Gets it back. He had played a little catch with Roche. Here's White. Down low in the post. It's Beagle. Up top for Tanner. Now to Beagle at the arc. Gives over for Tanner on the left side, or right side rather. Baseline drive. He puts it up and in with the layup. 12-6. They double up Duquesne. 13-18 to go. Once again, next stoppage will get us our first TV timeout of the night. Crawford driving in, blocked. Is sent back, and now a chance to go up by 8 or 9 for Richmond early in this game. Here's Tanner. Gives for Beagle. Now Tanner. He only averages 2 a game. Foul called on Duquesne, as it looked like maybe it was Crawford or Dixon.
It was Crawford.
It's Crawford trying to get around that screen. He deals a shove and he gets called for the foul. So we get our first media timeout of the night at 6, with 12:52 to go in the first half. It's 12-2 in favor of Richmond. Richmond's made 3 of their last 3 field goals. And Duquesne has not scored in 2 minutes.
Grab it something for the day of giving.
Oh, yeah.
And forgive me, I might have to.
Forgot today was the day of giving.
Step out. I will be right back.
Alrighty.
Cover me while I'm down for a little bit.
Gotcha. Once again, Duquesne, not a good start. They have time to recover, however, they're shooting 2 of 13 to start this game. That's a 14% clip. They have forced 3 turnovers, however, which is not the first time they've done that. They did that last time out, but just did not result in a win. You know, you can force turnovers all you want. This actually gives the rematch. This is the UMass. They forced 12 turnovers in the first half in the last game. Against the UMass Minutemen. So that was the final time Duquesne and UMass will play in the regular season. However, they might meet in the playoffs at some point going forward. I mean, it could be that was the last time. However, every time I think that something is a done deal or is for sure in the A10, it never is. So I mean, today is Duquesne's day of giving. So definitely give to a certain organization if you feel so inclined to help them out. Kareem Rozier comes into the game, as well as Max Edwards for Duquesne. Allen put home for Richmond, and they put up 15 already in the first 7 minutes of this one. That was Rumoglu. Rumoglu has his first points of the game, and Duquesne trails 15-6. Here is Dixon. On the left wing, gives to Ronsky. Now swung over to the right wing with Kareem Rozier. He turns it over. He lost it. Here's Mikel Tyne. Tyne trying to get around Dixon on the baseline. Now to left wing. A 3 is blocked. Rebounded by Beagle. Beagle, a little miscommunication with Roach, and it will be Duquesne ball. He was trying to swing it towards the right side of the outskirts of the paint. He just couldn't make it happen. All right, just taking a look there. Nice at that nice early bucket from Tanner. And that was actually another media timeout. Wow. It's a good point. I totally would have let that almost flew over my head there. Wow. So once again, it took a while to get to our first media timeouts. So the under 16 was really the under 13 because it came at 12:32. You still got the under 12, so you ended up getting that. 30 seconds or like 50 seconds of play. Kind of brutal. But anyways. So we'll take another look around the A10 tonight. We did this last time. We will do it again. We'll also look around the college basketball landscape as a whole. Oregon and Michigan are playing in what is a rather big game in Big Ten play. So Michigan up 41-36 on Oregon. That is at halftime right now. It's at the basketball big house, I guess you can call it. GMU and GW, the two Georges facing off tonight. It's a fun one. It's at GW. George Mason currently holds a 12-8 lead with 8 minutes to go in the first. Rhode Island and Fordham are duking it out. Fordham up 24-15. That is 9:40 left to go in the first. It is at Rose Hill, so we will keep you updated with that as we go along tonight. Richmond on a 7-0 run in the last 2:22. And as Corbett will inbound it for Duquesne. Gives for Rozier. Now for Edwards, over to Dinkins. Dinkins fakes, tries to get for Dixon, he can't, and he loses it. It's turned over. Here's Tyne with it now. He slowed it down a little bit. Mikel Tyne. Top swung around by Solis. Solis gets it back now in the paint. A hook shot, no good. Rebounded Corbett. Here's Edwards. Edwards pulls up for three. No good. Rebounded once more by Richmond. That one ends up leading to a Tyne floater on the other end. No good, but rebounded by Graham, and he's fouled. Duquesne started out rebounding well. Give up a couple of important rebounds in the last couple of possessions. Duquesne has gone 4 minutes and 26 seconds without any points. Or sorry, 4 minutes rather. My apologies. Yeah, 4 minutes without any points. They're looking to find something to go their way offensively. Spinning is Solis. Scoring is Solis. 17-6, Richmond up on top of Duquesne. Here's Max Edwards. Gives for Dinkins. Dinkins now over for Wilborn. Wilborn driving in. He's blocked. Rebound Corbett. And he's blocked again. Now on for Rozier. Trying for the left wing. He's got it. That's a big shot for the Dukes and Kareem Rozier. Mikel Tyne brings it up for Richmond. Duquesne hasn't got much to go their way offensively. They trail 17-9. They now trail 19-9. That's a drive from the right side from Mikel Tyne. Nice layup with the right hand. So he's kind of falling away from the rim. Here's Edwards. Rozier takes the screen from Wilborn back to Edwards. Now at the top of the key, Rozier fakes, goes to his left. Now to the left corner for Dinkins. A shot from beyond the arc, no good. Rebound Corbett, he fakes a pass now, drives in on the left side, and he puts it in. The lead is cut back to 8. Duquesne needs some stops and scores with 9:08 to go here in the first half. Tyne gives over for Solis. Solis for Graham. Graham over for Neskovic. Neskovic, the leading scorer, gives inside for Solis. His floater is up and it's good. Four points for Ryan Solis. As Corbett is shoved down and a foul is called on Romuglu. Romuglu has picked up his first foul of the game. He's got 3 points. Solis will go to the bench. Good minutes from him. And as Walls will re-enter for the Richmond Spiders. Corbett to Edwards. Edwards now looks for Dinkins. He gets it to Dinkins. Dinkins puts it up and he's fouled. And they won't call it. Looks like they're not calling it on the shots. I guess they are not. So they're going to give Duquesne the ball, however. It's just, it was called on the floor. Dinkins tried a rip-through move there to try and put it up as like a shot, but Refs weren't having it. That's just top of the key three. No good. That was close to falling. They're pretty online, these shots. They're just not dropping. Duquesne is now 2 of 11 from 3 in this game. They're 4 of 20 shooting the rock. That's a great pass to White inside, and he finishes right through the teeth of the defense. It's the largest lead of the game for the Spiders. They're 2-7 Spiders, 4-5 Dukes. It's now 23-13 as Edwards finds a way to put one home. His first bucket of the game. So Duquesne now shooting 23%. Now Graham. Romoglu gives down for Walls. Mike Walls. In the left pane, it's stolen and taken away. Here's Rozier. Kicking and no one there. Edwards and Netchus were maybe one of the 2 targets. Neither of them end up grabbing that ball. 7:25 left in the first half. Some poor shooting from Duquesne. Some good shooting from Richmond. Richmond's 9 of 13. And Duquesne is shooting 5 of 21. 24% from Duquesne, just pitiful so far to start the game. They've shot 11 threes, only made 2 of them. Doing all right on the offensive rebounding side of things. They have 7 offensive boards to just 2 for Richmond. So usually when you get that many offensive rebounds, it's going to work out well for you, but just hasn't done much for Duquesne tonight.
Something tells me things haven't gotten better.
No, they're shooting 5 of 21. They're down by 10.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was finishing up some work for the Duke.
Nice. And there's a publishing night for the Duke.
Have an opinions piece coming out.
Oh, nice. That's what you love to hear. By the way, Colton is at the Moonlit events. He got
Moon's
some
having an event?
footage. Yeah, Moonlit. They're having like a watch party for the Duquesne.
Oh.
Because Duquesne plays Rhode Island in women's basketball tonight. And
Oh shoot.
they're also they have that game on as well as the Duquesne Richmond game. So Colton went over there.
Is the
he
women
got
game
some
going better?
footage.
I know they've been playing better this year.
That's true. They've been on a heater as of late. They're down by 4 at half. Great. This is why I don't say things.
I mean, they're still not bad.
Yeah, but I guess Rhode Island is 6-4 in conference. They just
And
started.
Duquesne also 6-4.
Yeah, Duquesne is also 6-4, but I'm just saying in
And they
that sense, it's a good matchup.
Oh yeah.
Conference-wise, 2 teams have played really well. McConnell has 7, 3 of 7 shooting, but she also has 4 rebounds and an assist. All right, Duquesne Richmond, we're back. 7:18 remaining here in the first half. With it, time gives to Walls. Swinging around with it, Romoglu. That's cut inside for Tyne. He didn't put it up. He doesn't realize the shot clock's going to expire. Excuse me, that was White, rather. Regardless, wow, he had a wide open layup and didn't take it. That
Yeah, I'm
felt
surprised.
almost absurd.
That just seemed like a little mistake, just mental error there.
Wow, I sure as heck did not see that coming. So now here's Corbett.
When you get gifts, you gotta take them.
Yes, and Duquesne has forced 6 of those gifts tonight in terms of turnovers.
It's a lot of turnovers in the first half.
I'm saying
Oof.
Duquesne forced 12 against UMass.
24% to
Yeah,
69.
it's putrid. However, Duquesne looking to get some points here and cut it to 8 or 7. Edwards in the post, gives inside Rozier. Rozier cuts out, 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Out to Edwards, top of the key. That 3-point line, gives to Rozier on the right wing. Rozier drives in, he's blocked. And Corbett gets it back. He puts it up, and he's got it.
That's a great shot from Corbett.
Nice little shot from just inside of the elbow from Jayshawn Corbett. Corbett, my apologies. I gotta get that right. I don't know why Yeah, it's Corbett. Regardless, Duquesne has cut it to 8. Tyne looking to bring it back to 10. He can't. Misses, and the rebound is gotten by Jakob Netjes. There's Rozier. Gives for Netjes, now for Edwards. From the left wing now to the top of the key. Now down low in the left post is Netjes. Spins. Fires out towards the right wing, and now Rozier 3, no good. Rebounded by Corbett, but he had to throw it off of White. Didn't do that, or excuse me, yeah, off of White. Didn't do it successfully. White brings it up. And goes inside, that's Beagle. Beagle, nice set of moves. He leans in for the buckets inside the post in the restricted area. Nice moves from Beagle. He is cooking the Dukes here to the tune of 6 points in this first half.
Is he the leading scorer for Richmond?
No, he is the second leading scorer with 8 points a game. Freshman Spider doing some work. Wow, nice set of moves by Edwards. And he finishes with the reverse. Now a couple nice buckets from Duquesne. They're hoping to kickstart the offense here down 8. Mogaloo gives it top of the key for Beagle. Beagle dribble handoff for Tyne. Tyne now at the top of the key, resets it. Beagle for White. White moving towards his left, fading away. Shot no good. Rebound. Beagle has it stripped away by Edwards.
What I think is interesting, Maximus Edwards has been easily their best defensive guard. I believe that 100%. He's been their best defensive guard. And what I think is frustrating is I don't feel like he uses his size enough. I think especially at the start of the season, he took up a lot of just low percentage shots, and since then he's really been getting better.
Bad pass by Dinkins.
It's too high.
Couldn't handle it, and it will be Richmond ball. 4:26. We're coming up on our final media timeout, but I think you're right. I think the shot selection has gotten better for him as of late.
Because he's finally started to go down lower and use his size against other guards, which I feel like is something he should be trying to do more.
It didn't take much for the shot selection to be better than it was at the beginning of the season. I didn't think it was great at all. I think he's starting to feel out his role in the Duquesne offense. I think he's also shooting the ball better lately. So
much better.
Edwards has 4 points in 8 minutes. 2 of 3 shooting, so you like to see that efficiency from him. There's Roche. Now for Tyne. Tyne driving in, and it's blocked by Netjes. He crossed himself over to the right side of the paint, and Netjes was right there. Here's Edwards pulling up for 3. He's got it. Max Edwards cuts it to 5.
It's a gorgeous 3 from Edwards. He also has a really high release. I just realized that.
Oh, yeah. No. It does feel like he's up in the air for a while, which works to his advantage. Pull-up shot from White. Wow, that's a great shot.
It's a great shot.
The outstretched arms of Dave Dixon. That's not easy to do.
And he's a tall guy. That's just that's a beautiful shot from White.
So Duquesne has cut the lead to 7. Had to have 5 before that shot from White. Now there's Dixon. Over for Dinkins. Now to the left wing for Edwards. Edwards has a screen from Dixon. He chooses to give it to Dixon at the top of the key. Dixon lost at first. Gives it Dinkins. Fake pass for the 3-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Dixon. Netjes gets it again. Edwards will try, but it won't count. Shall be called off. It's a foul, I believe, on Duquesne. Call turnover. I don't know. Maybe it was shot clock. That's actually possible.
It didn't seem like shot clock.
Oh, no. It says Duquesne turnover by team on the live stats. So we'll get more clarification on that hopefully.
The Dixon shot looked like it hit off the rim before Nietzsche just rebounded it.
Maybe I'll go look. Let's see if it'll shy. There we go. Oh, yeah, they did call a shot clock violation.
Really?
Yeah, no, that did not hit the rim. Neither did that.
Oh, no, it didn't.
That's just, that's shot clock Vio.
Mm.
Edwards missed it anyway. It's just for the record. Didn't matter, but maybe it did. They would have gotten another offensive rebound per chance. By the way, they're killing them on offense.
They're doing well with the rebounding today.
They're out rebounding them on the offensive glass by 8.
Which is making the result even more frustrating.
Yes, absolutely. No, it would certainly contribute to why they have 10 more shots on the button, so that makes sense. But Duquesne also has 7 turnovers. So
and the accuracy is a night and day from Richmond, dude.
Yeah. Now Richmond, I feel like has cooled down a little bit. Remember, they're 9 of 13 when you came back after break, so we went 2 for 5 there. It's about 40% is about where you're gonna sit in a college basketball game. So I don't think they're not gonna finish with a 61% field goal percentage. And if they do, then hands up, credit to them. I don't know ball, but you'd figure that they're gonna continue to cool down a little bit.
I mean, the big thing that's killing them, if you look right there, you just look right at Dinkins. 1 for 5 at the 3-point line and 1 for 5 total.
Maybe we try some layups. Dinkins not went to the bench so far in this game either, for the record.
He's played all 16 minutes.
16 minutes, yeah. 10 minutes for Edwards, 10 minutes for Matouche, 9 for Netchus, and 7 for Dave Dixon. We're back from the break. 3:11 to go here in the first half of action. As Duquesne looking to overcome a rough shooting start. They're shooting 29%, and Richmond is shooting 61%. Duquesne's only down by 7.
I mean, unfortunately, the main thing right here is that
nice move by White, kind of a lull in the sleep type move, and
they spent everything. 3 for 14 at the 3-point line.
That is a huge situation. When you're 3 of 14 from 3, that you got to start trying to find more inside looks. Maybe they'll try that. Here's Dinkins. Dinkins pump fakes, gives inside for Dixon. He puts it in. Nice move by Dixon on the right part of the restricted area. A little spin and pop.
You'd like to see Duquesne try to come back and, at the very least, make it within 5.
It's totally doable. That's probably what. It's not what you have to keep it at single digits no matter what.
Oh yeah, you want to keep it to 5. I feel like if you can keep it to 5, you have a good chance to turn this around in the second half.
There's a long 3 from Roach, and that's just where you tip your cap. I can't believe he made that.
That's only their 4th 3-pointer of the night. Attempt.
That could have been travel on Edwards. They don't call it. Give inside for Corbett.
That's going to be a foul on Corbett, I think.
No, they're going to call that on Richmond.
I'm going to call it on White.
Yeah, they will call that on White. That's his first foul of the game. No one in real foul trouble for the Richmond Spiders. Only 5 fouls for them so far in this one, and only 5 for Duquesne as well. So Duquesne, luckily, is not getting into much foul trouble. And here's Ronsky, 15 seconds. Matouche puts it up. It's no good, but he draws the foul. It's a blocking foul on Roach.
Sometimes that's just what they need. I know it's still a missed shot, but it's a contested shot with pressure in your face. And right now, they're not doing that enough. It feels like they're constantly trying to get open looks, and they're getting beat by the fact that they could just bully Duquesne down low. They have to find some way to fight back and start getting that to go their way. And then they have to make the free throws as he missed the first one.
And the first free throw missed by Matouche, as Edwards will hit the bench. He's given some solid minutes for the Dukes so far tonight. He's got 4. Second free throw, much better from Matouche. He puts it in.
I mean, you couldn't ask for much more from Edwards. I think he gave, honestly, the best shift of a player off the bench tonight.
Agreed. So now here is White. Gives over for Neskovich. Down low, that's Solis. Solis is kind of lit up Duquesne in his minutes so far. Solis puts it up. No good, but they call a foul. It's going to be on Dixon. That's going to be his first. So, 2 free throws coming up for Ryan Solis.
Right there, right on the arm.
Solis with 4 points in this first half. He has a chance at 5 and 6. Solis from Athens, Greece. He does look like he's from Greece.
He's massive.
He has 60% on the year from the free throw line, and his first one is no good. Solis made it a 10-point game the last time he scored a bucket. We're going to make a 10-point game here. He does. 33-23. Solis will come out again. A minute and a half to go here in the first half of play. Both teams do have a timeout. Excuse me. Both teams do have 4 timeouts remaining, the full 4. So you lose one if you don't spend it in the first half. So it's fair to say they have a timeout in their back pockets if they want to use it. Dixon doubled, gives it to Rozier, left wing 3. He's got it again.
That's a good 3.
Big 3 ball from Kareem Rozier. They needed that one. They got it.
And it came from the spacing down low with, it looked like Corbett and Dixon. Just good spacing from the both of them. And a great pass from Dixon.
Yeah. Here's White. Now down low, it's Walls. Walls guarded by Dixon. Left post. Backing in. Spinning to his left. Puts it up. No good. Rebound, Ronsky. Duquesne has 37 seconds now. They're down by 7. They're trying to cut this lead before half. Dixon stops, goes, gives Rozier left wing. He kicks it back out to Dixon. Dixon will try a 3 at the right wing. No good. Rebound. Foul called on Richmond.
That's going to put...
Corbett is shaken up after that play. He went down hard.
Like he came right down on the elbow.
Corbett has played 15 minutes in this first half.
I feel like we take for granted sometimes how much hitting the hardwood hurts.
Oh, my goodness.
It hurts.
Yep.
It's an interesting way to draw a foul. It's the last person you expect. Although, to be fair, Dixon did make a 3 in the St. Joe's game.
Yeah, he did. It's just not a shot you usually would want to take.
Oh.
It's Dave Dixon.
I mean, I know Corbett's been the one guy I've kind of ragged on the most for missing free throws. But if there's ever a time for them to cut the lead to 5, this is your best chance.
It's going to be a pair of free throws here. Or, excuse me, no, 1 and 1 for Corbett. And he made it. Wow. Got a fortunate roll off of a hard bounce.
You don't like seeing that
back of the rim.
You don't like seeing that ball fall in between the backboard and the rim. It's always the worst place to hit a shot. But sometimes you get that, like you said, that lucky bounce. Well, you take it every day of the year.
That was
and
interesting.
there's the rough.
You know what? He didn't get a lucky bounce there. That was karma in a sense. So
yeah.
All is right. All's even with the world now. So
pushed it too far to the right.
The balance between making and getting lucky with the free throw and actually missing the free throw has been restored.
Mm-hmm.
Balance has been restored to the universe. Like
so Richmond getting the last shot.
Avengers Endgame type stuff.
Yeah.
And here is Tyne. Tyne with 10 seconds, now with 8. Tyne starts to dance. Walls now for White on the left corner. He's got a second. Tyne doesn't get it off. Nice stand from Duquesne. They only trail by 6 heading into the halftime whistle. Wow, that was some good defense from Duquesne to end the first half. And they will get a chance to win this one because it wasn't looking good when it was a 10-point game and Duquesne was 5 of 20 or 4 of 20. 4 of 21 there actually was from the field. It did not look good at that point, but Duquesne settles down. They get that shooting percentage up to 32%, which is doable now. They make a couple threes. Credit Kareem Rozier. He had 2 huge threes in that first half. Duquesne only trails by 6.
What I think is interesting and I think it's not going to be as much shown on the stat sheet, but Dixon, those last like 3 drives from him, I know the 3 was a little ugly, but it still drew a foul.
Yes.
Because you trust that Corbett is big enough to play down low and get the rebound. He didn't, but he also drew a foul. But Dixon stood tall against, I want to say it was Walls. When he was starting to muscle him down low, he started fighting back, and he made him take a really bad shot. He got that huge block at the end there. When it looked like Kareem got beat on the end there, and Dixon comes up and he beats, I want to say it was White. It was definitely White. It beat White because he's not – White's probably the smallest guy on their team.
Yeah.
Who's like their main set of guys. And
who gets minutes,
yeah, who gets like a lot of minutes. And
Tyne and White are both 5'10". As far as I know, that is the smallest
5'10"
on the team. Yeah.
He looks like 5'8".
Well, not very.
The TV's always the TV always makes it. You know, like how you always joke, like people look bigger on TV, or people look like people look like wider on TV, or people look smaller. Yeah. Like I swear the TV just does stuff. It messes with your eyes. But no, I think that's what's been really important is Dixon has really done a good job, like staying strong down low when he has been getting. I feel like a lot of the criticism for the defense down low has fallen on the hands of him. And Nietzsche's, and same for the opening for Nietzsche's. I feel like they've both done pretty well at points, like tonight, of playing good down low. And it's really showed with their stats. I haven't had a chance yet. I'm going to look at the stats, but especially with the rebounding, like they've done just an excellent job rebounding. And sometimes, yeah, you just need that at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when they're probably one of the worst rebounding teams and one of the worst offensive teams, like you have to find some way to get something going. And this has easily been one of their better games down low. It's just not translating because Richmond is shooting really well. They're giving them too many easy reads.
Yeah.
I know they want to slow down the free throws. Because, again, that's another thing I think they've done a good job with. Only six times to the line in the first half, which I think is really good. It's just not enough right now.
Yeah.
Edwards is actually the leading scorer tonight.
Wow.
With 7 points.
That sounds about right, though. I still think it's pretty funny.
And then Kareem with 6, Corbett with 5, and then, like I said, part of the problems have fallen on the fact that Matus and Dinkins are 1 for 8 at the 3-point line, and 1 for 8 total.
Not good.
It's not good enough. Crawford hasn't made anything. And they're just not getting the production out of the guys they need to. Wilburn 0 for 3, again, just not having a good offensive night, which you need to see out of somebody like him.
Yeah.
So what do you want to see differently going into the second half with Duquesne?
I think that I want to see them. I want to see them shoot better. We want a really blunt answer. I think they need to get better shots inside. I think, those threes really helped you, but you can't bank on just magically coming alive from three. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get a little lucky. I just don't think that's a real healthy recipe. The amount of times they shot a three-pointer in that first half, I thought it was awfully. It really more was indicative of, I think Richmond just really was fine giving them that many threes. I think it was it was open, but man,
they're
4
not
of
thinking.
16.
They're just not sinking them.
You can't go 4 of 16 and not look more inside after it.
And I think what's frustrating is you look at the end and look at the inside shots. Look at everything within the 3-point line. They've gone 6 for 15. That's 40%.
Yep.
I know it started a little rough, but a lot of it was kind of thanks to Corbett and Edwards kind of leading the charge there. But I really feel like you got to start You got to start trust. And the issue is you need your big men to finish it. Nietzsche's 1 for 3. Matus 0 for 3. Well, he's only taking threes, but ignore him. But Nietzsche's 1 for 3. Wilborn 0 for 3. Dixon 1 for 4. That's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. Those constant missing from down low is starting to hurt them.
They've had a lot of rebounds too. And that's...
I mean, you got Nietzsche with 4, you got Wilburn with 3, you got Corbett with 5. They're doing a really good job rebounding, and they've out rebounded not by an insane amount, but 13-17. And overall, I mean, especially offensively, they've beaten them 11-2. The biggest thing, again, and you look at the defensive rebounding, it's not high because they're not missing much, because they're giving them too many easy reads. There's too many lanes down open that are getting there's too many lanes down low that are getting open.
Yeah. Hopefully Duquesne's able to put a sock in some of that. So Fordham and Rhode Island, 39-37 in favor of the Fordham Rams at halftime there.
That other game, my God.
So at the end of the first half, this is...
And that's a good game as well.
This is really familiar and reminiscent of...
Wait, what
last
other
week's
who
game?
Was that the other George? Did George Mason was the game?
That was George Mason versus Loyola Chicago last week, where it was like 48-48 heading into overtime. That was so George Mason in another low-scoring affair. They're up 19-13. George Washington put up 13 points and a half. I know 19 is not a lot for George
19
Mason.
is terrible as
How
well.
bad are they shooting?
That's so bad.
Dude, they're 6 of 23. That's actually better than Duquesne was at one point in this game.
My God.
And Duquesne had like 20. Not this was all the problem. They're 1 of 14 from 3.
To who?
George Washington. So that would be why they have a lot of misses, dude. Like, that's a lot.
1 for 14 is criminal.
They're 7%. They're 7% from 3.
That's insane.
Man. Now listen, the 26.7% shooting from George Mason is not that much better, but
overall.
Yeah, overall.
My
God. But they're 2 of 9 shooting from 3, which is 3 points more.
So that means.
And then 4 points more.
6 for 21. 6 for 21 is not terrible. It's not great, but
it's not great at all.
Actually, no, that's really bad. That's
Really
under
bad.
30. Yeah.
It is just horrid scenes over there.
Do me a favor. Go to
Turnovers.
George Mason. They're first right now. What have been the scores of some of their most recent games?
They don't put up okay, it's not that bad, but the games they win, they don't put up many. Listen, they only beat Richmond by 6. They won 64-58.
You want to put 64 against Richmond.
By the way, that game they lost against Rhode Island, the offense was pitiful in that game.
What about that Dayton game?
Dayton game, they won 67.
They only put up 67.
They shot 52%. I think 67 is not bad. I'd say is normal for college basketball. But
Maybe for Duquesne, but
no, I'd say it's about.
I would think it's like 75 is normal for college basketball.
Somewhat, but also I think.
Maybe I watched just too much of the high-end basketball, but.
Rain SEC, man. I wish.
I mean, I feel like the A10 is in the top 10 for basketball conferences.
Like, at the halftime right now, it's for say Missouri, Tennessee. That's a great game, by the way. 15 versus 4. It's 34-28. Like, you double those scores, you'll get 68 and 56.
I guess, yeah.
So there's like the one Kentucky versus Florida game, like the very beginning.
That was just wild.
SEC game. I think both teams had over 100 or something.
That was just wild.
Duke is up 37-23 on Syracuse. Duke is just a wagon.
When is Duke not a wagon?
I don't know.
Especially with Cooper Flag.
Now they're a real wagon again.
Especially with Cooper Flag.
Yes, Cooper Flag's a beast.
He is a dog.
I was talking about it on my podcast today, which you guys should check out. Philly Talk with Jack Morgan. But
have you seen some of the moves going on in basketball?
Yeah, it's insanity.
Everything is on fire.
Sixers traded Caleb Martin for And they traded KJ Martin. Both feel like they operate as a salary dump. And
What, to get anything, or was it just buy?
yeah, Quentin Grimes and a second-round pick, I think, for the Caleb Martin trade, which I thought Caleb Martin had the game against the Celtics on Christmas, and besides that, he hasn't really been that big of a deal breaker for us.
Of course, it was the Celtics.
It was Celtics. Celtics killer. However, I'm cool with Grimes and the second-round pick because apparently at the end of the year, you're going to have to sign
At least you're not the
Oubre.
Mavericks.
Yes. But at the end of the year, you're going to have to sign Oubre again, I think.
Was it
At
just
the
a
very
one-
least, you have to sign Yabusele. Yabusele, my apologies. You have to sign Yabusele. You might miss out on him, but you got to try. That dude's been a beast.
He's been really good
They signed him
for
for 1 year, like $3 or $4 million.
Wow.
He's on a real cheap contract for how well he plays.
Who's the bigger laughingstock right now, the Kings or the Mavericks?
The Sixers.
Nah, you
Sixers
guys
are
aren't the
a joke.
worst.
Sixers are a joke, man.
You
I
guys
thought
are
about
rough
it.
this year, but there is worse. There is worse.
By the
The
way,
Mavericks
I
actively destroyed every ounce of goodwill within their franchise.
That's true.
And what did the Kings make the
On
most
the-
spineless
it could
move
be
I've ever
worse.
seen in basketball?
I don't know why they traded De'Aaron Fox.
No, not that. The
Real.
firing of their coach.
Well, that too.
The minute
but
that happened,
I
you
just-
weren't keeping De'Aaron Fox.
I don't know why they fired his coach, but I don't. No, man. I didn't really.
When another
Maybe
NBA
I'm
coach
wrong.
comes out into the league and calls that organization spineless, and that coach is one of the better coaches in basketball, that's a damning statement for how bad things are in LA.
No, but I just didn't like. I didn't like the De'Aaron Fox trade, but I guess you're right. I don't think he was going to resign.
No.
So he did sign an extension.
I can't believe the Spurs, they fleeced them.
I'm pretty sure he just signed an extension. So, and that
And,
might have been.
and then
before
the Kings
trade
traded
after
for
he
Zach
traded.
LaVine, which is the biggest LMAO moment I've ever seen in basketball.
I love that trade for the Spurs, by the way.
Oh my God,
Dude,
yes.
that team is going to be really
The fact they
good.
didn't have to
I'm
go with
actually
Castle or
rooting for them.
anything else, that's the bit that blows my
I'm
mind.
rooting for them, man. I want to see the Spurs do well.
I want to see Wemby in the playoffs. I will openly watch. I'm a
Awesome,
Celtics
dude.
fan. I will root for the Spurs.
I think that
That's
I
my
think
second
like,
team.
The thing is
That
they,
and CP3. I want CP3 to get a
course.
ring.
I do as well. The thing is, dude, there's so many. Right now, the NBA is in a bit of a star crisis. LeBron's retiring. Curry's going to retire. All these guys are going to retire, and you need to find that guy to build the brand around. They need Wemby to step into that role. They would have really benefited.
If
I
you were
know
to look
you're
at the big time faces of basketball right now, the funny thing is there's not a lot of home brand guys.
yeah.
A lot of them are from overseas, which I think is still really cool. But you're not when it was
it doesn't
I mean
matter.
obviously the main
You
ones
just
were
gotta
Larry
get
Bird and Magic.
And that's what I'm
And-
saying. You had those guys. Okay, so you have Wembanyama. Who else?
I mean,
Edward. It would
the
have
biggest
been.
names are
Quite frankly, it would
Luka.
have benefited the Celtics to lose the finals for the NBA because you would have either had Anthony Edwards become that guy by beating the Mavericks, then beating the Celtics, or you would have had Luka, and maybe they would have kept him. But you would have had Luka win the finals, and he's now one of the face of the league, definitively. You got to build around that guy, but
apparently
the
not.
problem is and now the Celtics won. Who the hell likes Tatum? Not many people are I don't think Tatum. You haven't really built so
I'm a
much around
Celtics fan.
Tatum, to be honest.
Nah,
The NBA.
I'm
is-
still
it's-
miserable.
It's
They keep
brutal,
Jalen. I'm
though.
still miserable. They keep Jalen Brown. And that's the single
Yeah,
thing
dude,
that drives me
Jalen
insane.
Brown's better than Jason Tatum.
Incorrect.
No, I swear to
I will
God,
die
you
on
watch
the hill.
Celtics games, dude.
I can't.
You
stand,
watch him against.
I can't stand Jalen
You watch him
Brown.
against the Sixers, dude. Jason Tatum plays like garbage for most of the series. He has one game and they're like, oh, Jason Tatum. I told you guys.
I mean, I think that's
Jalen
just more
Brown
of an
is
issue with
steady
the
for
regular
everyone.
season. I think the issue for me is
No,
when
but
I
in the
trust the
in
playoffs.
Playoffs. Remember, in the Sixers series a couple years ago, it was Brown who was steady through every single game. Tatum came alive in the fourth quarter of Game 6 and then
Yeah.
all of Game 7. But before that, he was abhorrently bad.
I think the problem for me is I'm really stubborn, I remember what happened immediately after the Sixers series
Yeah, well, you guys deserve to lose.
with a certain Jaylen Brown selling every ounce of our season, and I didn't want him back.
What did
And
Tatum
then
do about it?
He played good in that series.
I guess. I don't know. It drives me nuts that.
I think it's just because, you know why I don't like Jaylen Brown? You know who he reminds me of, and that's my biggest problem?
Who?
Kyrie.
Oh, God.
Kyrie gives me every single bad memory
Well,
that
he
is
signed.
being a
He
Celtics
signed.
fan.
He resigned with the Celtics, which is something that Kyrie did not do.
I don't think anyone in Boston wanted him back. I will die on that hill. Like, he made me miserable.
That's true.
Like, ugh.
Ay caramba.
So I think that's just how I look at it. Maybe I'm too harsh on Brown, but like, it's just. Yeah.
I swear, every time I watch, and you look, like Tatum is actually.
Yeah.
His shot form's ugly. He has so many Tell me one time, except for that one shot against the Sixers. I'm trying to remember like a time that he's actually like hit a shot to. Oh, great.
No,
Our
we're right.
screen went black. We're almost.
I
When
was
was the
about to
last
say-
time he hit like a game where like a clutch shot? He always misses in the clutch.
He did well in the Mavericks series.
Might
He did
have-
really well in the Mavericks series.
Might have had a shot against the Pacers. I don't think so. By the way, that Pacers series, the Pacers won 3 of those games. They sold. My apologies. Pardon my French, but they sold that series.
They did so.
They said I was watching every game because I'm like I was hate watching. I was quite literally hate watching. It just did nothing happened. That was devastating. I'm a big Sixers fan, big TJ McConnell guy.
As this game's getting close to being, well, I guess it is back. Last thing I want to ask you. Wow, that was a nasty
that's
three.
not ideal. That's a big shot from White.
Going back into this, one last NBA question.
That's not,
Well, it's sort of just a sports question. Do you think, which trade do you think is worse? The Luka trade
Luka trade was terrible.
or the Deshaun Watson trade?
Oh God. No, I
Sick that
think
Matus.
that
Oh
was
my
really bad.
goodness, that is unfortunate.
Oh, I call a foul on the floor on Richmond. It would have been 4 seconds when Netchus was towing the line on the right side for them to get a shot
That's
off.
just a great shot from Richmond to start the half.
And by the way, for the record, I will say Deshaun Watson was the worst contract ever. Worst contract extension. And the worst trade was a Luka one. I get why the Browns took that trade because they literally needed something.
I
They
don't.
just shouldn't have traded him. They shouldn't have given him like a 5-year, like $250
I wouldn't
million
have brought in that
extension. That
kinda
was the
guy.
worst part. Big
Wow.
shot from Dinkins from the left wing. He puts it home for 3. It's
If
a
they're gonna keep
6-point
shooting
game.
threes, you need Dinkins to start sinking stuff,
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful shot.
That is a rather large shot from Trey Dinkins.
Suddenly, the
That's a
shooting
6.
percentage doesn't become as ugly.
Suddenly the shooting percentage goes to the moon. 11 of 33, fellas. Keep on shooting. 5 of 18.
I
From
mean,
3
20's
point line.
better than 33.
That's true. We were at like 24% specifically. I remember. Inside, big dunk from Walls.
That's Wilborn just losing
Wilborn
his.
bit.
Well, I couldn't even blame Wilborn there. Dinkins just got absolutely beat on the screen.
Yeah, he kind of had to. He kind of forced his hand to bite on the like a possible shot / drive rather than on a pass on a cut to Walls. Moving in with a shot. Oof, I don't mind that from Netchus. He got the defender off balance. He just missed the hook. There's Roach in the left corner. Finds White. White has killed the Dukes in this one. He gets another rebound. He gets it out for 3 to Neskovic. No good. Wow, I was fully expecting that one to go in. Duquesne trails by 8. Here's Netchus to the corner for Crawford. Left corner, that is. Crawford fakes going down the baseline. Go toward the outside. Now Wilborn, top of the key for Dinkins. Dinkins lost it. 15 seconds left. They got plenty of time. Dinkins moves to the left wing. Cutting inside. Gives for Netchus. Goes out of bounds. It will be Richmond ball. Dinkins threw as
They're trying to argue if someone
he
got tipped,
totally
but I
threw it
just
away, though.
don't see it.
I think that Dinkins got fouled.
You
is what
think?
they're saying. I think he caught one up high.
Mm.
is what they're clamoring for, and I also agree. I thought he got caught up high. He did not, apparently, according to the refs. And that is the last say. There's White. Leaves for Walsh at the top of the key. Now, right wing shot. No good.
They're going to get a 3-point foul. That's just sloppy. Little things. It's the little things. They're not doing right, and they haven't done right most of the season.
No, I also thought that was a bit of a sell.
A little bit, but at the same time,
you just can't. A bit of a sell. I don't like that call. I thought that was a bad call. Pretty much leaned into it. Yeah, he was moving back a little bit, but those feet were kicked up. Come on. And Roche makes the first one, so Duquesne trails by 9 now. 2 more coming up for Roche.
It just always, I mean, at least through this 4-game, if they lose tonight, 5-game losing streak, it's just every single game and every single
big miss from Roche
half.
Seconds.
It's just felt like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like they're just not making. It just seems like they're not making any progress towards fixing these issues. Whether if it's the foul trouble, whether if it's just little mistakes getting beat down low, whether if it's just better perimeter defense, making their shots. It's just been a calamity of issues.
A calamity of follies.
It's just nothing's gone right through this stretch, and at some point, somebody's got to start stepping up to fix this losing streak.
We'll see if anyone steps up tonight. Dixon driving in, draws the foul. He thought that there was goaltending and it should have counted. He's not going to get that. He will get a foul, though. Other way, 2 of 3 was made by Walls. He actually missed, Roach. He actually missed one.
He did miss one.
They are 7 of 9 from the line. Duquesne's 3 of 5. So Duquesne's not much better, but it's better than they've been. They've been.
That's not saying much.
Horrid from the line.
When you're dead last by like over 1%, that's pretty bad.
Horrifyingly bad. And Dixon missed the first free throw.
And they just keep the problems rolling with that.
Let the good, bad, let the bad free throws roll. Dixon's second free throw is up, and it rims out. Back-to-back missed free throws for Duquesne. 3 of 7 from the line tonight. Here's Tyne.
I don't know if I want to even look at Dixon's season numbers because they've been bad.
It can't be great.
I genuinely think they're under 50%.
Dixon is actually 63% from the line.
Seriously,
and that's
wow.
a big shot right there from Neskovic. Neskovic has got 5. Or excuse me, he's got 5. White leads the team in scoring with 9 for the record for Richmond. It's a 13-point game just like that. Dinkins on the left side kicks to the right wing for Crawford. Crawford guarded by Tyne. He should be able to take advantage of this matchup. He does. He missed rebound. Big jam from Dixon.
To start, again, just they continue to keep beating him down low on the offense. It's just they have to tighten up on defense. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game.
13 offensive rebounds. Dixon almost got the steal. Actually, Rozier was saying he thought it should have been their ball. Doesn't matter. We got our first media timeout. Duquesne has dropped from only trailing by 6 to now trailing by 11. -5 to start this half.
It's just like I said, it just goes back to the little things.
It's also the fact that I said that they're shooting 16 of 27. Just 16 of 27 is pretty good. Duquesne's not helping their cause.
But the problem is, it's like every game there's just some stat that they keep finding ways to get absolutely embarrassed by. In the Massachusetts game, they gave up 13 more defensive rebounds. In the St. Joe's game, they let them go to the line 35 times. In the Dayton game, they just got beat up and down the court all night. And then the Fordham game, how many free throws did they miss? 6.
Yeah.
and a 2-point loss.
That's the Fordham game. Yeah, Fordham.
Every game they've had one big stat that's continued to be an outlier, and it's been a different one every single game. And that's where it's starting to frustrate me because it's the little things that are just not going right this season. I mean, it's been a bit of everybody. Beagle's 3 for 3. Tanner's 2 for 3. White's 4 for 6. Is it Solis?
Solis. I've been
Solis?
rolling with Solis. Yeah.
Solis 2 for 3. Ramoglu, I think that's his name. I think it's how you say it, Ramoglu. He's 1 for 1. He made a big 3.
Yeah, they've shot the ball well.
They just shot the ball
gotta
well.
Give a lot of credit. They've shot the
100%.
ball really well.
But when everybody's shooting well, it's a sign that you're not playing good enough defensively. I mean, that's 6 or 7 different guys I've listed who have made a bucket and either haven't missed or have made over 60%. And that's just not good enough. You're getting beat down low. You're getting beat at the perimeter. You're just not playing good enough defense. And that's the thing that's supposed to be good for Duquesne.
If you're not as talented offensively, you got to bring it defensively, and
they haven't this season at times.
Really brought it at times, yeah, and that's been a problem for them. And they're going to try and rectify that to end this one tonight. 15:39 left in the second half. Duquesne trails by 11. If I can find how much.
So they're trying to go to a more of a zone format.
I can't. Yeah, scoring defense. They allow 66 points a game. Which, believe it or not, is actually fourth.
That's going to be a shooting foul on Dixon. And that's a really soft call.
0.4 seconds.
But again, that's just knowing knowing the situation. You need to back off of your Dixon. You know you're facing a big guy who's taking a bad shot. Why are you getting in his face?
Yeah.
That's the little things I keep harping on about.
Jonathan Beagle will go to the line. So Duquesne actually has the fourth best defense in the league, which doesn't feel right.
In the A-10 or in
the A-10? Their scoring defense, that is. I mean, they're giving up 66 a game, which is, apparently pretty good. I feel like it, but
I mean, I guess it's not bad, but the problem is when you're dead last in almost every offensive category.
Yeah,
it's hard to get positive about the defense when
these are
not playing good
the two worst offenses in the league,
and they're getting ran. I mean, they're down by 12 right now.
And unfortunately, they're looking to kind of be just run out of the gym at this point. 44-32 the score, foul called.
You're going to see the next 5 minutes is probably the most important time for Duquesne. You have to rally back here and make it within 7, 6. And I know it sounds like a big run, but you have to find some way to get momentum back.
They do need to get momentum back.
They haven't had momentum throughout most of this game, outside of like a few minutes. It's been all Richmond through most of this game.
Very true. I don't feel like Duquesne has had control of this one so far, and you're hoping coming out of the second half they come out the gates hustling and making some buckets, but that just haven't been the case. Edwards now will pull from 3. He's got it,
makes it.
And one.
Oh, he got a foul as well. I mean, this has a chance
Just
to be
like
a huge
that,
play.
The lead can be cut to 8. Max Edwards, how about that? He's got 10.
He's played some of his best basketball tonight where they really need it. I mean, that's an open read. I guess I didn't even see him get slapped there.
That?
That's a big mistake. I think it was Beagle. Yeah, they're showing Beagle who fouled him.
I mean,
A rare mistake from him tonight.
Beagle's going to be subbed out after that one. I'm not sure if he's in
He makes
foul trouble or whether they just decide to take him.
I mean,
By the way,
Richmond,
Tyne has 3 fouls for Michigan.
And
Or not for Michigan, for Richmond. I
Michigan.
can't believe it said Michigan.
and Richmond's
White
up.
has 2 fouls.
And Richmond's already up to 4 fouls already.
Yeah. So that's good for Duquesne if you think about it. So no foul trouble for Beagle. He just got taken out. Beagle's only played 8 minutes. I can't believe he's only played 8 minutes. And this dude averages 8 a game. Not even foul trouble. 1 second now. He's got to get it off. He made it. Are you kidding me, Ryan Solis?
Are you serious?
That is a soulless shot.
That's soul crushing, is what that is.
Soul crushing shot.
Wow.
Blow to the gut.
Wow.
So Duquesne trails by 11 now, which is better than it was with 12, but when stuff like that happens, it's kind of tough. 8 points is a career high for Ryan Solis.
Figures.
Good Lord. Jenkins trapped. Gives a Corbett. He's going to put it up. It's blocked. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. It goes out of bounds. It's
Off
gonna
of
be
Dinkins' leg.
Richmond ball. Oh, my goodness gracious. Chris Mooney loves it.
If that's not a sign of how this game's gone tonight, played perfect all night. I told Dixon to back off. He backs off. Drains the 3 because he's just, okay, just going to pull up a prayer from God and just drain it. And then Dinkins bounces one off his leg. It's just this honestly might be one of those nights where they just lose. They got to.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Rozier just got broken, and it wasn't really your normal ankle breaker. Driving in with the layup, Neskovic, he's got it. And it is a 13-point game, which ironically, 13-13 to go here in the second half. Edwards working down low in the paint. He's got a good matchup against Tanner. Edwards
draws a foul.
No, they're gonna call a traveling violation on Max Edwards. And fun fact, Dusan Neskovic just scored his 1,000th point as a college basketball player.
Congrats to him.
I would say congratulations. However, he's killing the Dukes tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, 7.
Yes, 7. And Ryan Solis has 8. Once again, I will tell you, at his career high, he's looking to add on today.
Kareem on him just doesn't sound like it.
Oh my goodness. Kareem gets the steal. Gives for Edwards, who will jam it home. All right, 11-point game.
It's finally a mistake from Richmond. Solis just kicks it off his foot.
That is amazing hustle from Kareem Rozier.
And
he got it between 2 of them.
Call that a timeout, or
no? They're just getting
getting the course cleaned up.
Because Lord knows these players are sweating at this point. So there's about 3 of them that hit the floor.
Was it 3? It looked like it was only. Oh wait, no, Kareem did hit the floor as well. Yeah.
Like a slip and slide at the center court line. Here is White. He's actually the leading scorer in this game for Richmond.
That's too easy.
Romelu gets a wide open dunk, and
that's where the criticism of Nietzsche is. That's where the criticism of Nietzsche is starting to come in. That's way too easy to just get ran around the side and just dusted. The fact he can't knock the ball out, make some form, like slow down the lane, or just do anything except get blown by is just unacceptable.
Wow, that's a nice set of moves.
It's a good finish.
Dinkins. He puts it in. It's 11 now, but you can't really stay on the edge of 10 and 12 here. You
can't keep going back and forth.
Yeah, you got to push through at some point. That's what is going to have to happen before the next media timeout of under 8. So keep an eye on. Here's Romelu down low. Received by Tanner. Tanner on the left. Driving in now with it is Neskovic.
Foul and 1.
Before that.
Oh, no, just a foul.
I call a foul before that. Duquesne and Richmond have both hit 4 of their last 5. So Duquesne's coming alive offensively, but it might be too late as they trail by 11 at the under 12.
It's the frustrating night.
The Bluff blog comes up with the great tweets. If I was playing college basketball 2K8, this is the point where I'd sim the rest of the season and lock in on the offseason. You know what? It doesn't feel good.
No, it feels terrible, honestly.
Whoa, Jimmy Butler to Golden State.
I'm sorry,
Jiminy
what?
Christmas.
You say he going to what?
That's gonna be fun.
They're that desperate?
For Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was also the one who had that wild quote yesterday.
Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and who was the other person?
Andrew Wiggins. Maybe there's picks. I don't know. There has to be.
If there's not a single pick there, that is abysmal.
However, I mean,
the best player there is Dennis Schroeder. That's horrid. That's appalling if that's the case.
I'll find the
Surely not.
article here. And a protected first-round pick. So there was a first-round pickable.
Protected
So, I mean,
how?
honest, the thing is, they knew Jimmy Butler wanted to be out. He was not going to play. Their hands were tied. Jimmy Butler wasn't playing. Like, literally was not playing. Pat Riley was going to keep on suspending him. You had to. You had to get whatever you could get, and from what I see, that was probably the best you could get.
It's a 3-team trade.
Oh, really?
As Lindy Waters III and Josh Richardson.
Oh, my God, Josh Richardson.
Are heading to the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, my God, Sixers legend.
Are heading to the
Josh
Detroit
Richardson.
Pistons as they're trying to make. Would you say gear up for something?
They're in the 6th seed right now for the playoffs.
Are they really in the?
playoffs
There's no way they're
today
in the 6th
ended.
seed.
Yeah, because I was looking today because I was ranting about the Sixers and how they are in 11th in the conference, and the Detroit Pistons are 6th.
The Bulls are in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they're not playing because
No,
we
they'll
can't
make
get it together.
They'll make the play in.
Okay, I
The
really
Bulls-
hope you're right because
There's
I
no
thought they were
way-
going to be in the.
There's no way the Bulls.
I
make
thought
it.
they were going to be in the play-in like a month ago.
There's
I
no
thought,
way-
oh, okay, by now they'll be in the play-in. They'll bounce around the 7 to 10, but they'll
The
be in
Heat
the
are
play-in.
going to sink. The Heat are
Yeah.
going to sink after this trade.
I hope so.
The Bulls-
Wow, that was a great
That's a great play.
play by Natchez. Apparently, Kevin Durant wants to go to Miami, though. He doesn't want to go to Golden
Why?
State. Or actually, never mind. Sorry, he wants to go to his Suns. But they were talking about Miami for KD. But it looks like he's zeroed in. Or no, I'm stupid. No, he wants to go to Miami. He wants out of Phoenix. He said today he does not want to go back to the Warriors. Duquesne has a chance to cut to 7. Crawford, Euro step, he
Finally.
puts it in. It's a 7-point game.
That's a great Euro step from Crawford, and I think that's the first points from him all game. Yeah, that's his first bucket of the whole game,
Wow.
and that's a big time to get it. They're finally starting
It's
to get.
rather
These are the
large.
mistakes. I'm telling you, this is the momentum you need to start making some form of a comeback.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to the Warriors, Kevin Durant, which it feels like that was the best situation.
Rebounded by Jay Sean.
Here's Rozier now. They need another bucket. Rozier
He's taking a big
got
three.
the 4. No good. Rebounded. Wow, Rozier
Slipped and he fouled.
Got in the way.
Ah,
Would have been nice, but instead.
it's not a great 3, and then that's just a mistake.
I don't mind the 3. I just think
You just missed
he's
it.
got to make it.
Just
Yeah.
missed it. Yeah, he just couldn't. I think it felt like he pushed it too far, and it just banked off the glass. Well, in the
Balled
rim.
Off the back iron, yeah. I think it was a back iron, actually. That's a flat part of the rim. Rozier. Classmate legend, by the way. Group legend for advertising class. That one, or PR class, rather. That one put in by Walls. Makes it a 9-point game, which is not where Duquesne wants it. They got to get it back down to around 7 where they just had it. Crawford flips for Corbett on the right wing. Back to the top of the key. Crawford will try a 3. No good. Rebounded somehow by Richmond. There's a couple of Dukes that touched that one, and Richmond comes away with the board. Man, they have a chance to bring it back to double digits. There's White on the right, or excuse me, left wing. down low in the left post for Walls. Right wing shot for 3. It's good from Roach. He's hit another, and it is a 12-point game once again. Argier gives over for Netchus down low to Corbett. Timeout called by Duquesne. They will have 2 remaining after this one. They trail again by 12 with 8:53 to go in the second half. I'll also act as the immediate timeout.
Just Edward stepped too far off.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get a new scoreboard for the Super Bowl.
Hold. That better not be the scoreboard.
That I'm sure that
That looks
it can't be
horrible. That looks like a Madden scoreboard. I will be so angry.
I actually like the new scoreboards when they do that for Super Bowl. They always do. They always do for the Super Bowl. They have a new scorebug that always does
That was
happen.
hideous. That was ugly. That's so ugly.
Yeah. It feels like a ripoff of CBS. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna do something similar to the. Ow! I shocked myself.
Oh,
They're gonna do something similar to that Fox logo, that Fox one they have right now, but
I'm pulling up ESPN quickly on my phone. It looks like the Dukes might lose. The women's might go down.
oh, like of course they are.
It's by 2.
Oh.
Like we're talking really close.
We're gonna do a double.
I'm trying to find. Oh, you got it up fast. Go, Jack.
1.3 remaining. Can anyone find out who has a ball? Oh, I got it. Sponsored by Wawa.
Oh, Rhode Island
Dude,
has the
Richmond
ball.
versus Duquesne.
Rhode Island has the ball.
Sponsored by Wawa. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, Rhode Island has the ball. They call it timeout. Okay, so Duquesne's probably gonna lose this game.
Dang.
Duquesne's probably gonna go over 2.
What
on
an
the night.
ugly
What
game,
the
but a
heck?
crazy one at the same time. Are they checking a foul?
No, they're checking to see where it went off of, I'd imagine. Unless they
that's
got a timeout off.
unfortunate.
No, I don't know what they're looking at here. I guess they're looking at a timeout call. That is awfully messy there.
That's a weird one.
Looks like Rhode Island will have possession though.
Yeah.
So Duquesne is down by 12 in this one against Richmond.
That's ridiculous.
That is a ridiculous shot that Ryan Solis hit. That was the killer.
That one just hurt my soul.
I think that one killed you.
That one just hurt my soul.
Yeah, that one stunk.
Solis
I feel like
just
you
broke
go into
my
these
soul.
I go into these games at this point, and I don't even feel confident Duquesne will win.
Well, at
Even
the
when
rate they're
Duquesne's
going.
playing a 2-7 team. Oh my goodness, she kept it in.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is most likely game. And Dixon is called for.
This is-
No, he's not called for the foul. Wow, I certainly
Richmond's
thought they were going to call
gonna
it
get
on.
called for it.
Yeah, well, that works. I just felt like he might have fouled him there. Okay. 8:44 left.
You know what's the saddest part when Duquesne shot? I think it was like 68 or 69% at the free throw line.
Yeah.
It was the
Oh,
first
Edwards
time all
for three.
season.
Got
Oh
it!
wow, what a shot from Edwards.
Max Edwards got it. It's a 9-point game.
He's
How about
playing
that?
great. Yeah, Edwards is playing great. This is easily.
Keep on feeding Max Edwards.
This is the
for
best game
love
he's
of
played all
Pete.
season without question. They've gone with a completely different look here.
Here
Having
is
Kareem,
Walls,
you got
yeah.
Kareem, you got Crawford, and now
Whoa. Oh,
Travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a foul on Duquesne. That certainly was a flop. That was a flop.
I think I think he
Or he
bumped.
really
no, I
got-
think he
or he
actually just
really
ran
got
into.
hit.
I think he actually just ran
That
into
looked-
his
that-
guy.
That looked like Charlie Brown when he was the football and
Oh.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Oh my god.
No, I think he literally just ran into. I want to say it was.
No, I need to see a replay. He ran into the guy, but I thought he sold that a little bit.
Walls. No,
Unless-
he ran into walls,
Look
I
at
think.
this.
No, he
He
ran into
went
walls.
flying.
No, he just hit his own guy.
Yeah, he went flying off.
No,
the walls
no, he
once.
just got
Yeah,
he got
that's hilarious.
clotheslined. He's got clotheslined.
Oh my God, he went airborne.
He would have gotten around, but Walls like did this like he almost like I said, it was pretty much like a clothesline essentially. That's gonna get fouled,
They're calling they're gonna.
and that's gonna send him to the line.
All right, that works.
I mean, this is the best chance like Duquesne has in my mind
No,
because
yeah, this is well
you're
right
within
now.
9. You just got a foul. It's 1-1 at the free throw line. You have a good shooter going to the line, or at least I think that was the 7th, or was that the 6th?
Hit both of those.
Or it might have been the 6th foul.
It was the 6th.
That was the
foul,
6th
yeah.
foul. Dang.
So now, next foul sends Duquesne.
But with 8 minutes left, you're one mistake away from getting consistent free throws now for every foul.
Well, that's true. That's true. But Duquesne's also one mistake away from being ran out of the building for good this time. Rozier goes in with the layup, no good. Rebound, Dixon. He missed it. He missed a wide open layup on the rebound. Oh, that is
Wow.
just heartbreaking.
You can't do that,
As
and that's why they're
Duquesne loses.
losing.
As Duquesne women's basketball loses.
Dang.
Rip.
That was at least a great game, though. That's just
This is
unfortunate. It had to
just
Miserable.
unfortunate game. And it's put in by Neskovich. He didn't do much in the first half, but by golly, he's come alive in the second half. Good Lord. Neskovich has 9. And if I had to venture,
I mean, they got to start slowing him down because I just don't see him getting more pressure on the at the 3-point line.
Yeah. Edwards. He
I
comes
could be
up with
wrong.
Another 3. He's got it.
I could be
Max
wrong.
Edwards has 19.
He is 7
and
for
Duquesne
8.
has cut it to 8 with under 7 to go now.
You know what's made this season more frustrating? Is because you see these games with individual performances, like
Those are some
Dinkins
great
against.
individual performances.
Yeah, we saw
St. Joe's.
Dinkins' game against St.
St.
Joe's.
Joe's
We
twice,
saw.
and another
Oh
3.
my God! You've got to be
They
kidding
are shooting
me.
7 of 11 from 3. That is ungodly. As a Wawa advertisement plays on their scoreboard for a 3-pointer. Don't do that to me. That's mean. I'm a Wawa guy. I need to know it. Edwards they're trying to feed a hot hand. Edwards couldn't really do much.
Don't
there.
blame him there.
There's Crawford driving in. Steps out. He's got 8 seconds. Gets unloaded. Corbett out to Rozier. Rozier's got to put it up for 3, and it's no good. It's to a 5 now from beyond the arc, and this one rebounded. Settled down by Richmond with 6 or 3 to go. Rozier gets a steal. Rozier took Corbett, and they
He just got
call a
charging.
block. They called the
Oh,
block.
they called the block.
Yeah.
I really thought they were gonna get him for charging there.
Duquesne in the bonus now, 61 to 50. 6 minutes ago. The time is now for Duquesne to make their comeback. We'll see if they're able to when we come back from this break.
Romaglu took a shot there.
Holy crud. Whoa.
When Walls is making threes, you know it's just not a fun night.
By the way, if you want any bets for the Super Bowl, bet on the Eagles' long snapper Ricky Lovato to be the Super Bowl MVP. His odds are plus 75,000. Guys, get this, it's a lock.
No.
Please give them the no, like how the Pat McAfee show is a warning before it's.
That's the definition of
That's like-
taking your money,
things like-
rolling it up, and smoking it. That's just terrible. No.
Jake Elliott actually has.
Why is that there?
There's also an odds, a bet for Jake Elliott to be Super Bowl MVP. Which
Watch me
is,
say this. You know, the long snapper's there. Watch something wild and stupid happens. He lines up and doesn't. What's the guy from the Bears? Nick Perry, the guy who's labeled as the fridge in the old.
refrigerator pair.
Yeah.
The refrigerator.
You just line him up as fullback. The long snapper runs.
Rick Lovato for the win. Got it. Touchdown. Eagles win the Super Bowl.
That would be the wildest thing ever.
If that happens, just know I'm on the floor in a bar somewhere because my heart will have stopped.
Yeah, you're gonna be
I'm gonna be in
spend time with
trouble.
your
I'm gonna be
family for the Super Bowl, right?
I am, and I think they know as well as anyone that I know that I lose my mind for Eagles games. Now,
Any place you're going for
imagine
like
the
that's
Super
gonna like
Bowl.
have a lot of Eagles fans in Pittsburgh?
I wanted to go to Cupcos, but they open at 12. My parents won't get here in time.
Mm.
Would have loved to go, but that's just not going to happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to I'm gonna look at Rutgers.
You're gonna go with Rutgers? Okay.
I would like to go. I gotta go see what time they open though. Like what time I have to get there.
Oh, you're probably gonna have to get there like early.
I'm hoping it's not 12 because I can't make that work.
It probably is gonna be 12.
I doubt it though. For the NFC Championship, it was like
We got
people
there
started
near.
funneling in at 1, halfway through
But they
the
were
Duquesne
open at
game.
noon.
Yeah, but I'm not sure people will be in there that early. I gotta go and check that out. Maybe that's
It's not a sponsor.
What do you
all
do?
those.
It's not.
Sponsor.
No, but I will ask them. I will ask them if they want to sponsor future streams
That would be fun.
when I go there tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow nights?
What doing tomorrow?
I should
I'll be
go
recording
along.
a song for
Oh heck
a
yeah!
friend.
Hey, what are you doing after that? Are you doing that all night? Because I gotta go down.
I'll probably be doing it right after class.
I was gonna say I gotta ironically.
This is why I'm considered multimodal, folks. My dry voice can sing. I'm gonna have to drink so much water and
So
tea.
much water.
There's so much water. So much water and tea.
So much water. Okay. And Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. He also signed a 2-year, $121 million extension. Corbin missed the first free throw. Good heavens. Jimmy Butler's getting paid over $60
Some
million
things never
a year.
change.
Jimmy Butler gets paid $60 million a year, and I just watched Duquesne miss free throws. We are not the same.
We will never be the same as you smacked the mic.
I think the shock was what sounded the loudest in my mind. That hurts. All right, he made one. Made the second. What? Oh, I thought that was
No.
That's ridiculous. I guess because the ref didn't hand it to him. Okay, that still seems stupid. All right, 61-51 from the Robbins Center in Richmond, Virginia. Sponsored by Wawa, by the way. Not the stream, but the broadcast was. I don't wanna be sponsored
Can't
by
afford to make a
Wawa.
lot more mistakes at this point.
Listen, my one goal in life is to be on the Wawa Instagram page. I got a sheets to comment. Fadeaway jumper from Walls, no good. Oh.
If you want to come back, that's how you get it. You got to start making them take badly contested shots. That's a super low percentage shot from Walls.
Yeah, now you got to make a shot on this end. And first 10 seconds, we're trying to get into Netches. They couldn't. Now on the left wing, give for Corbett. He jumps through one and he misses.
But he picks up the
Corbett.
rebound. No foul.
Good. Another one. Edwards. He tries again. No
He's
good.
no good.
That would have been huge. And you can't fault
I'm
Edwards for
surprised they
shooting
didn't
this.
call a foul on the second shot.
Or the 15,000th shots he had from inside. I felt like he had a lot. He's got to make
I
one
think he
of
only had
those.
2, but the second one, he definitely got fouled and they didn't call it.
Or no, that's right. He only had 2. It felt like a million.
No, he got the third rebound and then threw it out.
Felt like
to
a long
Dinkins.
time he had that ball, and nothing comes of it on that trip for Duquesne. White stops. 3 seconds left. A fading 3 from Roach, and he got it because, of course, he did. That is one of the more lucky shots. That he's had 2 of the luckiest shots I've ever seen.
Starting
In
to
this game.
get late early.
Not even early. It's late. Dinkins tries a 3. When he got it, it's just
Cut it back to 10.
Back to 10. It's still 4:13 to go, and they haven't gotten stops.
Just not getting-
Partially. All the way. By the way, I remember I said that there's no way in heck they're going to shoot over 60% in this game.
They did.
This game.
They did.
Well, they're shooting 61 right now.
That's
so.
the issue. They're giving up too many open reads. They've gotten beat down low a lot. And they had some luck. They've had some luck. I'm not going to sit here and say they haven't.
I certainly have. I'll say that. That fadeaway shot almost went in,
But that's,
it's
again,
no good.
contested shot. You got pressure. Now you got to make
just-
something happen with this.
And that's just to Dinkins, now to Edwards. Edwards,
You want a chance to
Guarded
make
by
this
Roach.
possible, you got to make this bucket here.
Roach, or excuse
He's
me,
gonna get a
Edwards
charge
either
foul
driving
there.
in. Got it. And they're
gonna be a
gonna
foul on
call
Duquesne.
something. They called on Duquesne. It's a charge.
It's a
and
charge as Ramon Glue gets hammered again, but this time,
Results in an offensive foul.
that time he stands, he keeps his feet planted.
Yeah. Duquesne trails by 10. It's getting late with 3:35 remaining in the second half.
Are we? I don't want to say it because I know it's going to be harsh. Are we the worst team in the A-10 this year?
Yeah, to be honest, they're probably the worst team in conference play, or excuse me, in non-conference play. They hit their stride for a little bit. When you look at these other teams, They have guys that will win them games. When Duquesne wins games, it's balanced efforts.
But the issue is,
They don't have a guy like Day Grant or Trey Clark. They don't even have one of those guys. Every team has every solid team has one. I think Duquesne, if you look at the stats and you look at their record, they're 4-1 start. I think it's clear as day now.
that was a mirage.
That was not
Fluke.
who they are. I think that they're regressing back to the mean of what their team really is, and I think that this team is just not good enough. Now, I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong, but we have seen now 23 games from this team.
I think the bit that's so concerning is, okay, the Dayton loss, just take it off the chin. But
They let that.
Fordham, St. Joe's, UMass, and Richmond, those are 4 easily winnable games. And those are not schools that are doing well. UMass had a really bad non-conference play, and they've been better in conference, but they're still not playing that great. St. Joe's has been at the middle of the pack all season. Fordham was a train wreck going into that game, hadn't won a conference game, and we gave them their first win. And Richmond's dead last, and we're losing by 10. I don't care it's on the road. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, agreed. They can't lose these games. I know I'm saying something that's not really a shock here. You can't, but
Yeah.
they did, and this is
It's not over yet, but, like, the odds of them coming back here are slim and none.
slim to none odds for Duquesne to come back.
And I think what's frustrating is you see guys have individual great performances,
No one around them.
but they don't
helps
get the
lift
team
them
consistent.
up, Yeah.
No. When Trey Dinkins plays good, Edwards doesn't play good. When Edwards plays good, Dinkins has played not great tonight. He's been okay.
He has 11 points, which he's averaging
still
12,
good.
But he was.
But he has 4 turnovers, and they've been all bad.
He was 1 for 5 to start the game in the first half, and in the second half he's got 8 with 3 of 3 shooting, perfect shooting from beyond. But it hasn't. It's been too late, you'd say. Wow, Duquesne.
They're going full
Nice
court pressing because
trap.
that's the only thing they can really
And
do at this
they
point.
Almost force a turnover.
And it's
They
wide
throw a
open
wide
down
open
low, and
Roach.
that's it.
And one. Good Lord. That is about how the
This
night
game
went
is
tonight
gone.
for Duquesne. And to be
Just a
completely
step
honest,
too
when-
far behind.
When you allow your opponent or your opponents shoot 62% from the field and 8 of 12 from 3,
Right there.
there's not much you can do.
Double get tested. That's a great play. Bad
That's
job
just-
from Corbett.
That's just tough, too. I don't think anyone fouled him on that either.
Just not a good job boxing out the other guy.
Oh, so that wasn't an and one. No one touched him, actually. Like, literally no one touched him. No one touched him as he was going by, and Net just didn't even touch him on the way up. So I don't know how they call that a foul. They do, though. And it's 67-54, and if there was a
kiss this
dagger-
game goodbye at this point?
Yes. This game is over, for all intents and purposes, over. Dinkins has it at the top of the key, moves to the right wing. Dinkins, sidestep 3, putting that perfect 3-point shooting second half on the line. He missed. Back out for Edwards. Dinkins, Rozier for 3. He misses it, went in and out. Just like Duquesne's season. Bit of a tease. You had the stretch of games you won. They're going to lose their 5th straight tonight. Edwards fell down. It looked like Walls actually extended his elbows. His arms
He
on
definitely
that.
did, but
They didn't call it a foul. Though, to be completely frank with you, I don't think it affects the game in any sense right now. Tyne, floater, he missed. A good time for any of them to miss a shots. Their Tyne has missed 5 tonight, or has missed 4 tonight. He's 1 for 5.
like the one guy not shooting 65%.
Everyone else has shot ridiculously well. Everyone else, 3 for 6, 4 for 6, 4 for 4, 3 for 6, 2 for 5, 3 for 3, 3 for 4, 2 for 2.
That's just not good enough.
Dinkins 3's got it. Nice little 14-point performance from Dinkins tonight, but like we said, 4 turnovers. Credited to his name, he's almost got half of their turnovers, but doesn't matter. Duquesne, there's more to blame for this loss than just Trey Dinkins. I think it's more so. I think
everything has been
it's
bad.
Offense.
The offense is
think
just bad.
Yes, Richmond shot 61%, but Duquesne shot 38%. They didn't make this like really close in the second half. Rozier gets a layup. He cuts it to 8. But there's still literally a minute 50 left. It doesn't feel like there's a great chance for them to come back in this one. They get it in for Tyne.
It's got too much of a lane down.
Tyne slips. He gets up. Rozier steals it. Rozier driving in, and he's
going to get a
fouled.
foul.
So if Rozier makes both these free throws, and keyword has to make both, it would cut it to a 6-point game with a minute 36. Well, this would really shut me up if they come back and tie.
As we've been saying, the game's been over for 2 minutes.
It has felt over, folks, but
a couple sloppy
Rozier's not
mistakes.
going down to
a couple really sloppy. Yeah, no, he's made some great plays.
Oh my God,
some
PJ
big
Tucker's
steals.
going to the Heat, guys. Wow, Sixers legend.
That dude still plays.
Yeah, apparently. We had the second best odds to get PJ Tucker for the odds makers, and which
Why would
sounds
you want him?
ridiculous to me. No, I don't want him anymore. Trust me. That's my biggest issue with it.
Those days have long
That
gone.
was my
since he
biggest
good
issue
on
with
the
it at
Rock-
the time. I didn't want him.
Those days have long gone since he was good on the Rockets.
God. Kramer shares first free throw is good.
We're down with 7.
Down by 7 now. He can make it 6 with this free throw.
I might
Minute
fall on the
36
floor
left.
if they do the impossible here.
I fall on my chair if they tie this game. Actually, I will. Joyce talking with the ref. The ref looks familiar for some reason.
I'm sure he's probably been at a Duquesne game or 2.
Though they rotate a lot of the same refs in A10 play.
What do they have, like 15, 20, 30?
Like 30. If you're talking the whole conference, I think, you got like 2 or 30 a game. So there's a lot of refs in college basketball. By the way, Jeffrey Anderson, my favorite ref, the high knees ref.
Oh.
Oh my God, he's awesome. Some people don't like Jeffrey though.
We're within 6 with a minute 30. This is gonna frustrate me. It's gonna be the St. Joe's game all over again. They're gonna do just enough to keep it close to make the loss feel less painful, but they're still going to lose.
Well, if they lose, they won't cover the spread.
What was the spread?
Oh, it was Duquesne like 2.5 or something. They covered the spread against St. Joe's because they're 9.5, and they came back at the end because remember they were down double digits against St. Joe's in the second half.
Yeah,
So they covered against St. Joe's.
And they rallied back and lost by 4.
They really lost by like 6 or 7. They really lost by 7 until Trey Dinkins hit a buzzer beater 3 to make it 4. Here's the exact definition of Chris Paul.
This is the thing I said.
Chris Paul hits a 3.
They're on a 7-0 run in the last 47 seconds. Where was this the entire 18, or I guess like 17, 50
stuff? They
of
play
the
St.
second
Joe's
half?
next. Here's some crazy stuff.
Who, Richmond?
Yeah, I didn't know they could do that. If Richmond plays St. Joe's next, you don't have to foul them, by the way.
You still have time to make
Minute
one
and
more
a half.
stop.
You have you still have plenty of time for a stop score situation. That's really what they need. They're down by 6. Duquesne.
The biggest thing you can't do, you just cannot
Time
give them a
has
shooting
it.
foul. You cannot allow a
Neskovich.
shooting foul. You have
10
to get
seconds
some
left.
pressure in their face.
Roach, Neskovich at the left wing. Top of the key. Neskovich turns it over again. Duquesne has it. 1:10 left. Trey Dinkins throws it away. Miscommunication between Corbett and Dinkins.
You talked about the bad passing from Dinkins. That's that on full display. He saw Corbett cutting in. I don't understand why he why he thought he was going to cut back to the sideline when he had already gone halfway inside into the paint.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Careless.
They get a double team with Tyne in the corner. It's a jump ball. And
I think it's going to go to Richmond.
It's going to be Richmond ball, I believe.
No. Maybe?
Maybe it's Duquesne ball. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's Duquesne ball.
Duquesne ball.
Duquesne ball. Wow. So next time it will go to Richmond, just to be sure about that.
If you need a chance right now, you have to make this shot. This is the game on the line.
Edwards switches, drives in, puts it up, and he got it. He didn't get the foul. A lot of contact, but he put it in. 51 seconds.
It's not fully over yet,
You
but
don't have to foul here.
he's going to draw a
They
foul. That's a
don't-
soft
he
foul.
Didn't foul him, but it was they had a foul to give. Yeah, so they're going down like they got a free throws. No, they don't.
No, they don't. They still got one more.
So maybe Duquesne. I don't think you have to foul, but I would understand if you play the foul game early. It's tough.
Part of me
Really
thinks you
tough
hold off
situation.
here because they still have to score.
I agree. I think you do. I
You
think
have
you
to
do.
stop them here.
Yeah.
This is technically one possession, if best case scenario happens.
By the way,
obviously.
you
but
want to. Oh my God!
They're
they
gonna
called
call
a
foul on
Oh my
Nietzsche's.
God! No, I don't think they call on Nietzsche.
it was. It was.
Unless they called it. Wow, I thought he got that clean. Maybe I'm wrong. By the way,
Yeah, that was on Nietzsche's.
One more horrifying
That was on Netches.
insights.
What?
Richmond is the best foul shooting team in the A10.
Right there.
Because of
Nope.
this,
Smacked his entire hand.
Oh man. So that's really frustrating. Is the fact that now you have to go up against the best foul shooting team, and then in the A10. Let's see how they are in the overall in like the nation. If the NCAA stats wanted to load, it'd be great. And Neskovic's first free throw is good. Individual. Oh, that would explain why. Free throw percentage. And they're not towards the top. They're not really like. Maybe they don't qualify. I don't know how they don't qualify. Richmond does, and they're 14th. They're the 14th best free throw shooting team in the nation.
Wow.
Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans are up there. They're in number 4th. Here's Neskovic.
Made the first one. Did he make the
And
second
he
one?
makes the second
Make the second one.
69-63.
You're gonna see a timeout?
Duquesne not
No?
calling a timeout. Instead,
Surprised Richmond had to call a
Neskovic coming
timeout.
out. Neskovic is hype. Game's not over, by the way, but
This game's getting
6
close, but you're going to
points.
need a big play.
they're trailing by Dinkins inside for Corbett. He puts up and in. It's a 4-point game, so now you really
Question
have to play
is-
the foul game. You're gonna try and trap him here. You got some time to try and trap him, and now you got to foul him. Foul him.
They fouled him.
They
Fouled White.
called timeout, I think.
White drew the foul, I think.
I'm pretty sure they called a timeout.
Did they?
Yeah, Richmond timeout. 30-second timeout.
Hmm.
I don't understand why Duquesne, when he didn't end up trapping him, he's streaking across the left side. You don't foul him.
Yeah, that's a waste of clock.
That is a supreme waste of clock. When everyone counts. Ay, caramba. Just brutal. You can't make these bad decisions like they have. Oh, my dad chimed in, by the way. William Perry, the refrigerator.
William Perry,
Yeah,
thank you.
there we go.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Papa Morgan coming in clutch. So. My man.
No, but it's been the same story again. Free throws. Again. 7 for 12.
Wow, Duke must really be beating the heck out of Syracuse. They are.
And a 4-point game.
Duke put in their walk-ons.
Duke put it in there.
Wow. Duke put in their walk-ons. They're up 83-54.
Who they play?
They're playing Syracuse.
My God.
At the Carrier Dome.
My God.
Sam Fetterman's not happy with Allen. Duquesne trapped them, but they end up having to
Couldn't
make
get
a
a foul.
foul him.
Think it's gonna draw, or think it's gonna
Richmond
get the foul there.
Richmond TV had the going to break graphic up. I couldn't tell what was going on. I didn't think they were back because I still saw it. Positive thing is 2.5 seconds come off the clock. Only 2.5 seconds.
And the biggest thing right now is it's still 2 possessions, so it's not over yet. At this point, you
Tying
gotta
the
you
line,
gotta
by
find
the way.
some way for them to make. It's gotta get one miss at this point.
Tying is 75%, or sorry, 72% on the year. His first free throw's good. That wasn't a clean swish. It gives a little bit of positivity and hope in a time where there's very little positivity and hope for Duquesne Dukes. 70-65, 27.5 remaining.
Tim.
Second free throw's good. Nice and easy right down the drain. Duquesne has 1 timeout left. Richmond has 2 timeouts left.
If I'm-
Duquesne trails by 6.
If I'm Richmond, I'd just full press at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, you have to get a 3 here if you're Duquesne. You can't really keep on playing this 2-pointer game. Dinkins steps back, he got the look, and he's got it!
Wow.
Trey Dinkins cuts it to 3 with
That step back.
18.6 to go. And good defense by Duquesne, they just can't get a steal or a 5-second violation. 14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12
They're not
seconds.
fouling.
And they fouled him.
And I see people arguing for that, but Kareem did foul there.
Wow, my goodness. So, once again, this is the last bonus until it goes to the bonus plus. Double bonus, whatever you call it. Duquesne
Neskovich with going to the
gets,
line.
that's their last chance at a
I have a
1-1.
feeling what I was guessing there, they did not want to foul their best guys.
What is Neskovich from
He's
the
one
line? Like,
for.
Neskovich 4 for 4 from the line
Is
in this
he?
game. Or 3 for 3.
Oh.
Apologies, yeah. He's 3 for 3 from the line. So, like, that's not, like, a great foul there. First free throw's good. Neskovich is 86% from the line this season. Yeah, he's only shot 5 times, but... Sorry, it's a lie. No, he's 86% from the line. He shot 112 free throws. He's made 97 of them.
Oh, wow. That's a really good percentage.
It is. And the second free throw is
That's
good.
good.
10.1 seconds. Duquesne has a timeout in their back pocket, though. To be completely honest, I'm not sure if there's a need to use it.
At this point, no.
Gonna pull up from 3. No good. That'll be it.
That's game.
1 second and now none. Duquesne loses their 5th straight, and they have lost 28 of the last 31 games against the Richmond Spiders. They drop another one tonight, 73-68, and the slide is in full effect for the Dukes.
Let's just be real here at this point. They are the worst team in the A10. These games against Richmond and Fordham have proven it.
Yeah.
When you can't walk away with a win either game, you're the worst team in the A10. You really are. Because it's been every way they've lost. Getting into foul trouble, getting beat down low, bad shooting, dumb turnovers, horrible. I'm going to say this a million times. Horrible free throw shooting. I don't know how many times I have to say that until I'm blue in the face. 7 for 12.
By the way, Duquesne, we thought would not be playing on the first day. After the dust settles, I'm pretty sure they will be, in terms of the bracket right now, they would play on the first day.
They're going to.
So thanks, Duquesne, for making me drive out 1 day early. Okay, I should stop. I'm actually gonna enjoy it. I actually enjoy doing this.
No,
let me preface this. I enjoy doing it. I just hate when Duquesne has a chance to, maybe, possibly, preferably, stay out of the first day of the tournament.
It's just frustrating when they've just played so bad during this stretch, and it's been a bit of everything. Kareem just couldn't find any open shots. He went 0 for 3 for threes in the second half. Dinkins played good whoop-de-doo, and then he had that brutal turnover that basically negates everything good he did in that game. When they were right about having a chance to come back, throws it out of bounds carelessly with no game awareness of where Corbett was.
Oh, man. Richmond Spiders lost 7 straight games heading into this one. They have now snapped that streak, and Duquesne now has lost 5 straight.
They lost 7 straight going into that game.
I don't have anything else I have to say.
They lost 7 straight.
Correct, yeah. So
Just like Fordham had lost 6 straight going into that game. And then they played Duquesne.
Well, by the Fordham standards, they'll win their next game against Loyola Chicago on Tuesday. Richmond, by the way. Duquesne plays Loyola Chicago on Saturday. It's yet to be foreseen if they have a chance of winning that game.
No.
You like
Until they prove
do,
it to me differently.
Yeah, it's
I'm just not convinced. Maybe I should just not go to the next game. Folks, I'm
Don't
0-8.
Sick again on
I'm
Saturday.
0-8 right now. This is miserable. I've not seen a win. I've not watched a win. I've not been to a win. This is miserable. And I get they've had a losing record this season. They're 9-14. Oh my god, that makes me sick. But at this point, the problem I see here is when does this get better? You have to play Dayton again You have to play the Bonnies again.
Okay.
You have to play
By the way,
Mason.
Dayton and St. Bonaventure on the road.
And then some of the last games this season. Mason, VCU, St. Louis.
Oh, God, that's...
Are they going to win another game the rest of the season?
I think what has to happen is you have to take 2 of those games, and you should be good.
Are they going to win a game the rest of the season? I genuinely, that's the bit. I'm
Honestly,
so harsh at this
the problem
point.
was they had to win 2 of their last 3 games.
They've needed
They
to
had
win.
2 of their last
They needed to
3,
win 2 of
for
their last
sure.
4, 3 of their last 4,
That
honestly,
too.
and they've gone 0-4.
But
That's
for
unacceptable.
For the sake of this, let's say 2 of 4. Fair enough. You can lose to St. Joe's. Fine. But you had to take 2 of 4, man. Good Lord. That is a brutal shot. By the way, Jason Roach is their player of the game. He didn't miss a shot. By the way, he had 2 threes that I can't believe he made. But he also had a phantom and 1. I don't understand why they call it foul there, but that's beside the point. Duquesne loses.
I guess, got anything to say to wrap it up?
No,
I
want to get off the air. Say what you want to say.
I'll wrap it up with the things. It's been frustrating. They've just made so many careless mistakes. And, you have to wonder as a Duquesne fan, are they the worst team in the A10? There's a lot of footage. There's a lot of plays that can make you wonder that at this point because this team is not there. And that's what's frustrating. And no individual performances right now can make me feel better because for every Trey Dinkins right now who's getting 17 points and going 6 for 12 and 5 for 11 at the 3-point line, there's a Matus Horonsky who's going 0 for 4. Or there's an Eli Wilborn going 0 for 3. Or there's Nietzsche not playing good defensively tonight. Or there's Dinkins throwing the ball out of bounds in a big moment. There's just not enough good play here. It's just bordering on unacceptable at this point. Because I wouldn't be as frustrated. I know I've had this rant go on for a little while.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be as frustrated right now if they were losing in the same ways that they could clean up.
Yeah.
They've lost every way imaginable. They've been blown out. They've had close comebacks. They've blown leads. They've played terrible second halves. They've played terrible first halves. They've shot bad at the free throw line. They've gotten beaten down low. They've had brutal turnovers. It's been everything. At some point, you need to just call a team meeting to reset because this is not good enough. If they haven't yet, they need to. And if you have done it, do it again. It's not working.
Yeah.
Nothing is working.
I love that sentiment. If you have done it, do it again.
Yes.
You're not wrong. Listen, you're not wrong when I say this. You're not wrong.
You can't keep running the same way you're playing and expect something to change. It's not working.
It's ironic because I think I said this a lot last year, and I said insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result.
Albert Einstein.
Now, where Einstein say that?
Yes.
Wow.
I think
I'm learning something new every day. We're gonna sign this off once this last shot from Fordham goes up. They're down by 1 to Rhode Island. Oh, he missed. Oh, the follow.
No way.
Fordham takes the lead. Timeout, Rhode Island.
That's insane.
Duquesne woke up the beast.
Figures.
Alrighty. That'll do it. Thank you for watching Duquesne basketball here on Duquesne basketball live commentary streams, I guess we'll call it, here on DSTV. We'll be back for the next road game. Hopefully it has a better result than the last one. I'm Jack Morgan. That was Nick Fernbaugh. We're signing off here tonight. Duquesne loses a tough one to Richmond. They have now lost 5 straight. Final score, Richmond 73, Duquesne 69. Good night, everyone. Duquesne 68. Good night. Wow.